Hello Internet. This is an In Your House comedy production featuring Nathan Parish, Aiden Perrins, Rabiah Coon, Terry Bush, and Tom Short. Welcome to KD's Comedy Quarantine. And your host, KD Hinken. That's me. But first...
Come in! Well, look who's here! I haven't seen you in many a year. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, grandest band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band and spread the welcome mat for you. Oh, I don't...
No. She's trying
Whoa, what is going on here?
What?
Why have I got a white egg? I got a gothic egg. Super pale. This egg's never been, it's supposed to be free range, it's never been in the sun.
Don't know where you came from, cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your platter and dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, hired a band. Goodness sake, if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do?
That's fine. Okay, mixer's done.
Baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, grandest band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, spread the welcome mat for you. Oh, I don't know where you came from, cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your platter and dig right in. If
I'm just going to look for this case actually. No, not yet, I'm going to look for it. It look like. Oh my
Giant.
Oh God!
Giant. Oh God.
Mine's exploded!
Oh God.
Right? Mine's exploded!
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do? Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band, grandest band in the land. Had you dropped me a letter, I'd have hired a band.
Pass me that kitchen roll, please. Did you struggle so much?
It's haven't got long arms.
I don't need long arms. When I do this.
Oh, okay. Alright, close your eyes.
Hired a band and spread the welcome mat for you. Oh, I don't know where you came from, cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your platter and dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, hired a band. Goodness sake, if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do?
we've got a great show tonight. We've got quite a few different things, man. We have great acts for you tonight, guys. We've got 5 of the best comics out there. All, once again, as always, thank you for giving your videos in. And why can't I do this today? So I prepared a little statement that I think I should read out to everyone today. Okay. So I spent some time last week insulting people who think that the 5G phone mask causes coronavirus. I stated that you were the dumbest people. Well, okay, I didn't actually state it, but I was thinking it, so definitely implying it. But I would like to apologise for that remark. You are not the dumbest people, because once again, as always, America has come along and said, England, hold my beer. Please just check out just a few little clips of what the protests that are going on. This is literally a couple of days ago. I like to make jokes out of it, but it's, oh God. Just take a look, just take a look.
These protesters were not interested in social distancing. As activists held their rally outside the state capitol building here, many are openly dismissive of the science and increasingly seething at the economic cost that they are paying.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote down my notes after that video. I should explain to you what's going on, but God knows. Apparently there's a lot of people in America that don't believe the disease is real, I suppose it's real, you know. It's not like that would have to mean that every single doctor was in on the conspiracy, every surgeon, anyone who's doing the test or anything. America, you're drunk. Stop. But I would like to apologise, and once again, to everyone that believes in the 5G phone mask conspiracy theory. Not that I don't think you're dumb, because, I mean, obvious. But, benefit of the doubt, you're not the dumbest people out there, because at least you acknowledge it's real. Even if you think it was somehow given to you by a computer. So we've got a great show for you today, with 5 awesome acts as always for you. We also have an interview with my fellow funny friend Nathan Parish. So, what have we learned this week? That's the important thing. First of all, we learned that the British lockdown will be going on for at least a minimum of 3 more weeks, which no doubt will only add to the inevitable baby boom that has been predicted. Ironically, overpopulation is what got us into this mess. Go figure! During a recent speech, President Donald Trump advised the public that a possible way of combating the disease is to inject yourself with disinfectant. And I mean, he's not wrong, because who needs to worry about being ill when you're dead? It's fine. But the world may be burning. However, one thing that will never stop is wrestling. Since the pandemic started, WWE have been performing out of their performance centre in Florida to an empty arena, because Florida have actually come forward and classified WWE, or wrestling in general, as an essential business. Yep. It's definitely not to do with the fact that Linda McMahon promised 18 million to the state of Florida. Definitely nothing to do with that. Okay guys, so time for my first act. Great guy once again, a dude that I've done a lot of gigs with myself, personally. We actually had a Skype interview as well, so we'll get to see a bit of that afterwards. Please guys, welcome, good man, my fellow funny friend, Mr. Nathan Parish. Let's go, babe.
Okay, so, we can't really do any stand-up, which, that's like my whole deal. What can you do instead of stand-up? May I present to you songs as sung by others. I'm on a walk at the moment, so I'll hurry it up so I don't look proper weird. But this is Stewie Griffin doing Newton Faulkner. You ready? You ready?
All I got to do is sit around and wait. All I got to do is not anticipate. every word I said I should have taken back. All I gotta do is get my brain on track. And I know what you're thinking, that you know what's coming now. Oh, everywhere I look, everything is looking so good, and everyone is you. Oh, everyone is you. And I know I tend to restrain it, I just don't know where to begin. No, everyone is you.
What about Kermit doing Kenny Rogers? Yeah, it's an obvious choice. I'll say that. You know, it's obvious, but I'll do it for you. I'll do it. Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. My love, there are so many ways I want to say I love you. Let me hold you in my arms forevermore. It's all getting a little bit soppy now, isn't it? You know, we need something to liven ourselves up with. What about Emperor Palpatine singing "My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard"? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. But ultimately, right, you're thinking to yourself, well, that's all well and good. That's fine. But what about Gilbert Gottfried singing Lionel Richie?
I've been alone with you inside my mind, and in those dreams I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. I sometimes see you pass outside my door. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. You're all I ever wanted. My arms are open wide, 'cause I know just what to say, and you know just what to do. I want to tell you so much. I love you.
Okay, so that was Nathan Parish, guys. That was character crooning number 1. That was great. I enjoyed that. On with the show. We will actually be talking to Nathan later on. So for our next act, he is one of the hosts on the Never Drinking Again podcast. He hosts along with Dan Ross. Same dude. He's done my podcast. I've done his podcast. Just no way, yeah, nice guy. So without any further ado, guys, as always, take it away, Mr. Aiden Perrins. Aiden Perrins, that way? That way? That way, okay.
Evening, everyone! I've been worried quite a lot recently. I'm quite a worrisome man as it is. The thing I've been worried about most recently, though, is I'm worried I might be a serial killer. I haven't killed anyone yet, even though some people do deserve it. But I've been watching a lot of Netflix documentaries about them, and every single documentary says these killers are always interested in other killers, and they'll stay up late tonight. So I'm starting to think that they're kind of manufacturing more killers by making these documentaries that make you stay up late at night, like some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy to make more documentaries about. But it all comes down to how you watch these documentaries. So there's two ways to watch them. I'll perform them both for you. One of them is a genuine interest, and the other one is the making of a killer. So here's the first one. Oh, what happens next? Now, if there are any casting directors in the room, I am available for work. And the second one is, so see if you can tell, it's either the first one or this one that's the making of a killer. It goes, oh, what happens next? I do that bit just for me, I enjoy it. Is anybody in a relationship? Woo! And is anyone in here not compromising their life through a chance at not being lonely? So have you ever been in a relationship with someone, right, who's just way out of your league, who just really make your life better, but then one day you have a little disagreement, you're like, you know what, I'm better off without you, and you leave, the relationship breaks up, pretty quickly, you know you've made a mistake, but you're too proud to admit it, so you carry on your journey. And then pretty soon your friends coming around you saying, you know you've made a mistake, we know you've made a mistake, say sorry, it might all be okay. You're still too proud. And then, you know, what's happened in your personal life since? I mean, you know, your economy's crashed, you've had 2 general elections, you let Boris Johnson negotiate this breakup. But you're still there. No, I've made the right decision. I'll prove to you I've made the right decision. Here's some fireworks and a fucking bell. I really like Kurt's laugh. Oh, it really distracts me there. So, where are we? Oh yeah, let's talk about racism. I know what you're thinking. You're not the right person to address this complex issue. But at the same time, I'm a straight white man, so I can do and say whatever the fuck I want. So I've got a friend called Jamie. Jamie's black, and that is important to this story. One day, Jamie turns to me one evening and goes, Aiden man, you're mate, and from context we can guess what the next word is. It's not Winnie the Pooh's best friend Tigger, but he did rhyme. And it was at this point, like, when this happened, I really thought I was in the in crowd then, because I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop growing up. From there at 14, like, oh yeah, you're facing predetermined societal injustice based on the colour of your skin. I've got double maths today. What a cruel world we live in. I'm out of touch with issues. I'm wearing green shoes. We can all see this. But then I made a mistake of one evening. I went round to Jamie's and I said, what's up, mate? And from context again, we can guess what we said. And there's a lot of white people in here holding back there. So if you stop pretending like you've never wanted to have some kind of reason to say you're fucking honkies. It's not about you want to be racist or you love racism. It's not that. It's a lot to do with not understanding the history of that word and just hearing it in some songs. And but it's mostly about, it's the only thing that I'm told I can't do as a straight white man. And after this bit, there's always people who come to me afterwards, like, actually in 2020, there's a lot that white men can't do, and you can go lock yourself in a fucking cupboard. Like, there's an American president who openly admits sexual harassment / assault, but he's a bad guy, so everybody's like, oh, Big Don, you're the bad guy, but so we're there to say. Then you've got the good guys, you know, the Canadian president, turns out he likes to black up. And then, like, the whitest thing you can do, the whitest thing ever is the audacity of white men being offended by shit. You got people there, like, offended if you call them a cracker. And you can tell a lot about a person by what they're offended by. Like, if you're there being offended by being called a cracker, you probably also think there should be a White History Month. And like, if you're offended by being called a gingerbread man, not a gingerbread person, you're out of touch with real issues that are affecting people. And it means exactly the same if you're offended by being called a gingerbread person, not a gingerbread man. It doesn't matter. It's fucking gingerbread. You can't misgender a biscuit. I've done the same mistake all week, forgetting to check my watch when I come up. You don't know what time I'm on? Alright, let's go. Keep me off stage when you want. So a little bit about me is I like going out, like going on night out. And when I say night out, I of course mean completely disrespect my body until an hour of the morning, which is a completely unacceptable time for malarkey. But what's better than going out on a night is day drinking. Love day drinking. Big cheer for day drinking, great. When I was at uni, this was fine, just part of the culture. We even had a rule, you could day drink if it was the summer or the month contained the letter R. If you think about it, this is really clever. The only months that don't contain the letter R, May, June, July and August, the summer months. But then I graduated and became what the job centre call unemployed, where day drinking is a problem. So to solve this, I got myself a job, which means I am now officially a functioning alcoholic. And that is the highest rank an alcoholic can achieve. A lot of time I drink by myself. I used to drink with my girlfriend. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us. She's not dead. Legally, she's missing. Yeah, so I drink by myself, which makes people think I've got a problem. So I've got to come up with ways to sort of throw people off the scent. One way of doing this is you learn about what you're drinking. Then you're not an alcoholic, you're a connoisseur. People think there's a big difference between alcoholics and connoisseurs. There's not. The only real difference is how many teeth we've got. So I'll give you an example. So I'm a beer drinker. So if I'm there, connoisseuring an IPA, describing the hop profile, that's not a man with a drink problem, that's a well-educated man who knows what he likes. Little do you know, I'll go home and connoisseur cancer cheap lager. Ooh, I love to connoisseur cancer cheap lager. Same stuff, every night, never check this room temperature. What am I tasting notes? I hear you ask. Foster's somehow tastes exactly like my mental health. And I think we'll leave it there. You're lovely. I love coming here, guys. I've been Aiden Perrins. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, so now it's time to catch up with one of my fellow funny friends. We already saw him earlier with character crooning, and please welcome Mr. Nathan Parish. Let's have a look at.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, man. How you been anyway? How are you?
Yeah, all right, considering. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to stick this in so I can hear you properly.
That's
going to make more sense.
Anything that starts with, I'm just going to stick this in. I'm always down for. Your facial hair's gone. What happened to it?
Yeah, cut it down, mate. I had to do it for work reasons so that I could get a mask better around my face.
Oh shit! Of course, yeah. That's one thing I thought about this. With everyone saying they're going to grow beards and that, it's like really not a good time to.
No, it's not. Man. It's not. Although to be fair, I think mine's gradually starting to come back. It's sort of filling in places. It's not completely gone.
this version of your facial hair would be like. I would love to be able to get to that level of facial hair.
Oh man, I miss having the full the sort of the goatee going on.
Yeah, you had the evil genius goatee going on. I remember.
Fantastic, man. I sort of missed that, but there we go.
I got rid of my hair too, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, but that's probably for the best, isn't it? You sort of smoother, you can clean yourself down quicker, cover your head in a bit of hand sanitizer, everything's fine.
I've never had to suntan lotion the top of my head before. Weird.
Yeah. Oh mate, I don't think I could do that.
What have you been doing in general though anyway to keep saying then? What have you been doing, man?
I've just been doing lots of computer games and and I've done a few videos as well actually. Yeah, I think I've got another idea for a video to do fairly soon as well, which will hopefully I'll be able to sort of record from in my room of an old sketch that I used to do. I've been weirdly productive.
Yes, don't you feel kind of bad? But I think you seem like me, but you seem to be doing quite well with the whole quarantine, like I am.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah. Not that much of a difference.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a bit annoying not being able to do the stand up and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you can sort of, I played through all of the Arkham games, mate. Like, one after another, like chronologically as well. I didn't mess around. I went for Arkham Origins, then Arkham's Asylum, then City, then Arkham Knight. I played it all the way through, mate.
I never game, man. I used to game all the time. I just don't do it that much anymore.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, that's the thing. Like, since I've been, well, I say that I've been gaming for ages and ages and ages ever since we started. But yeah, it's sort of nice to have an excuse to go back and play things and not think, oh, well, I should be out doing something, you know.
I've got the same frame of mind, but I'm applying it to the old porn videos I used to love.
Yeah.
Working my way through, you know.
Find that classic one. Oh, Terra Patrick.
Cleaning the keyboard every now and then.
Freaking years, Jesus. Yeah, that's.
What was that then?
Why not? Oh, Terra Patrick, mate. That's my evening. That is.
What's a Terra Patrick?
Terra Patrick, mate. She was like the first proper porn star that I ever.
Bunny bottom for me.
Yeah.
Funny way.
Hysterical, but that's the way it is. Yeah.
Everyone's got their favourite porn star.
Everyone's got their favourite, and you know.
And if you don't, you need to watch more porn. If you don't.
Yeah, exactly. These people are putting their soul, heart and soul into this stuff. The least we can do is watch it with a bit of appreciation, you know.
Yeah. When this all started, I was wondering how long it was going to take for the first quarantine porn video to come out. Like,
it was minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Literally, you look at it. Oh, there it is. Wow.
Spunking on the mask. That's all we needed. A protected facial.
Yeah.
What was the last gig you did before the lockdown and that?
Last gig I did before the lockdown, I think.
I remember what I was going to say now. I was going to say something a second ago and I forgot. But carry on.
I think it was a Project Mayhem. I think it was probably a Project Mayhem. Yeah.
That's Sham one.
Yeah, Sham. Yeah. I've been sort of. I posted something on his digital thing last Sunday.
It's for his birthday.
Yeah, the old sketch.
I quite like that. I've been seeing like more and more people do stuff online. I love watching like when it all started, like even just the late night people in America doing it online and that. You know, it made me happy.
Yeah. It seems quite normal now. Like, a few times it was very strange. And no one was sort of going with it. Like the John Oliver, the first time without a crowd, that was weird to watch. But mostly, I've been watching podcasts like Your Mum's House and that
wonderful podcast. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
And Chris D'Elia's podcast, and you know, Theo Vaughn, stuff like that. It's just yeah.
It's weird every time I watch Joe Rogan's because he's always got someone in the studio with him. I'm like, should you do that?
Yeah,
that okay?
But he's been saying, oh, hang on. Something's gone. Yeah, I've almost did something with the screen. But you know, apparently he keeps on getting people tested. And it's like, that seems like a weird thing to be doing. Yeah.
What you got planned for the rest of your night anyway, then, man?
I don't really know. I'm probably just gonna drink a bit more whiskey, eat more food I should be eating, and
same. Just about the whiskey, but bud instead.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cool. Well, thank you very much for that, man. I really appreciate this. Yeah, send me the video over then, and I'll even use it for this one. We'll talk. We'll sort it out.
Yeah, man. Sweet. Speak to you later.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Right then, so time for the next guest then. Next guest I haven't had the pleasure of doing a gig with yet. Checked out some of the stuff though, enjoyed it all. So yeah, not really much I can say other than you'll enjoy this, to be quite honest. So yeah, guys, people, Rabiah Coon. Take it away. I'm going to go eat some cake actually while you're watching that. Yeah, I'll be back. Enjoy it though guys, fun video, peace.
Let's give it up for the next president of the United States. Randy's doing a good job hosting.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks everybody. I'll keep this up here in case I have trouble standing later. Just hold on to that. If I age like my grandmother, this is next. So yeah, I'm Rabiah Coon. Not sure what you were expecting to see when you heard that name. This is what it looks like. So I'm half Lebanese. Again, not related to Cash, but my dad's name was Habib, so his last name was my dad's first name. It didn't mean the same thing though. He didn't stick around. Anyway, when I'm done talking to my therapist about that, I'll talk to you guys about it. And then you have my last name, Coon. Spelled C-O-O-N. So it's the bad spelling of Coon. My name's pretty unique just because it's both ethnic and racist. I'm not one of those. We'll find out which one. So, yeah, I wasn't born a Coon though. I had a fully ethnic first and last name, is what I mean. And so when I would travel, it'd be kind of interesting with the TSA. I would get stopped quite a bit. And I learned to be a really neat packer. And this was way before Marie Kondo was doing the tidying up, fold your stuff in threes, okay? If I would have known about YouTube in like 1997 and even 2002, I wouldn't be up here right now, guys. I invented that, really. And then, the first time anyone got to second base with me, I was thinking about it when he was talking about his first time. And it was a TSA agent, I'm pretty sure. It was just kind of checking anything, you know. And so I'm kind of comfortable like this now during a lot of acts. I got lucky at LaGuardia, a lot of people can't say that. Yeah, but anyway, I do travel a lot. And as a result, I have some pet peeves about travel. A lot of them have to do with feet, like people clipping their nails, which, you know, or even their bare feet. Because it's never like manicured, like foot fetish, interesting feet. It's more like just gross feet that end up somewhere near you on a plane. It's like, what are you doing? Just put on socks. Aren't you cold? And then what people bring on to eat too on the plane. I sat next to a guy recently. And we're up, you know, at the cruising altitude, so he opened his tray, and then he pulled out from his backpack a tray of cheese. If you're a Trader Joe's fan, it's a real crowd cheeser. So it's like, good for a party, not good for a plane. It's like 4 delicious cheeses sliced. And he offered me some cheese. Hey, you want some cheese? I don't really want backpack cheese, sir, no. Look, we're 20 minutes into the flight. We spent 30 minutes boarding, and he might be one of those 2 hours before the plane, like, guys. You know, he gets there 2 hours before, so I don't know how long this cheese has been sitting out now. So anyway, just weird stuff like that happens. I think it's just intolerance as I get older. I turned 40 recently. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thankful for this lighting. I look at, you know, only 40 now. Like super dangerously, like, obtrusive lights, and these are good. But with that comes, like, different problems, like different medical tests you have to get. So as a woman, you have to get a mammogram. And guys, if you're not interested, I'm just talking about breasts, so just come back, you know? It's that. And basically I got an email, because that's what happens now, the doctors email you, and saying you need your first mammogram. And I was like, man, I've heard older women complain about this for years. Now I'm an older woman complaining about this. But basically I went in, it was a little misleading. You get to put on the spa robe when you first get there. So I'm like, oh, maybe there's other services offered. Like you can upgrade to a massage or something. And the woman who was going to do the exam, she goes, you know, it's really easy. Just think of it as a hug for your breasts. It's like, who's hugged you? You know? Like, what did they do to you, lady? Also, it reminded me of like a Me Too excuse. Like, no, I wasn't groping her. I was just hugging her breast. She totally misunderstood. It was funny. You know? But anyway, it wasn't like a hug, really. It was more like watching like an eggplant inside a panini. Everything came back well. This is the PSA part. You should always get your exams. You're supposed to get guys when they want to do a TSA thing on you. Do it. Women, get your mammograms. Mine was fine, like normal, whatever, tissue density. I still don't know what that means. Also, the comment, like, Impressive scan? I don't know what the doctor meant by that, but that's on my Tinder profile now. Body type, a little extra, mammogram, impressive scan. You know? So if they're into that, they've got it. I also had a problem recently. I was checking my email in the morning, and my iPhone didn't recognize my face. I was like, everything I could do. Glasses on, hair, like I tried everything I could do, finger combing. Nothing would make my iPhone open, and I was like, oh man, I've aged. I should have done the preventative Botox. I didn't. And I've been living with my iPhone for about 3 months, so it knows my face any time of day. And I ended up making this huge effort. Like, I got ready. I work from home, so I don't have to really get dressed. I got dressed and everything. So I put the same outfit on that I wore when I did the whole facial recognition thing. And I finally broke in. But that was me defying aging. You know, it took an hour and I was late to a meeting. Hey, my dog. It's like not my dog, but it's like my dog, you know, my friend. So anyway, now that that's done, I also, it's better, I mean, I'd rather date him at this point, right? But anyway, so another thing is I decided to join the gym. I was like, all right, I need to get in shape. I'm 40. I can't keep messing around with my health, right? So it was only $47 a month. I'm like, that's not too bad. I can totally do that. Guys, it really cost $47 a visit when I did that. It's not a good deal, you know? I was there recently, and the guy who sold me my membership came up and he's like, hey, how's your fitness journey going? You know, right in your face, because I'm on the bike where you sit back, watch TV. And I'm like, this is a stationary bike. It's not going anywhere, my friend. So you're interrupting my show, you know? Like, do you know the Crown just came back? We're in a mine right now. I don't know what we're doing. But then he decided to try to upsell me on some training, and he points out this guy. He goes, oh, he could be your trainer. I'm like, which guy? The guy in the red shorts. I'm like, I'm already training for that, buddy. You know? Like, why do you think that's my trainer? And the only thing I can think was maybe he works harder than everybody else in training other people, so he doesn't train himself. I'm not sure. I don't know. I also changed my diet recently, or relatively recently. I have celiac, so that means no gluten. Some people are nodding. Some people oh, you can't eat bread? Don't worry, I eat, you know? It's not a problem for me. It's a problem for everyone else, but it's a real thing. And there are some difficulties with it. My cheat day, at Panda Express, is over. There's nothing there. Even I think the booths have gluten in them. Like if you sit down, you're having some reaction, right? And because soy sauce too. Soy sauce has gluten is the point with that one. And sometimes I'll go to a restaurant and I'll say, oh, is it marinated? The meat marinated with soy sauce? And the waiter will be like, yeah, but I mean, it's soy sauce. Why does it have gluten in it? I didn't invent soy sauce at all. I have no idea what has gluten in it, but it does. It's it sucks for everyone, including me. And then there's Bloody Mary mix. So my Sunday Funday was ruined by this because I'm not a rosé all day girl. I don't know if you guessed. I'm just not, so that sucked. And then the worst one for me, the most surprising too, was cocaine. It's you don't want to find out at the point of having no control over what's coming out of your mouth. You have no control of what's coming out of your ass either. You're just you know, I shouldn't have tried this. I knew I shouldn't have listened to Veronica at the party. And you can't be the person who asked the dealer, hey, is that gluten free? That's being extra, isn't it? So anyway, guys, have a good night. Thanks all for being here. Time's up.
Okay, so my next act, we all love a good bit of bush, don't we? We like the many bushes, there's many bushes that we like, but this next bush is the best bush that I know. It's the best bush. It's the best bush there is. It's the best bush. Definitely the best bush. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the KD's Comedy Quarantine, Mr. Terry Bush. Terry, the Bushman. I like it in the shape personally. No, I'm not actually into bush. No.
How do? I know what you're thinking. I know what you want to ask me. £3.50 from the Spastic Society, this. It's a bargain though, isn't it? You know, you can't get them no more, you can't get the wood. No, but I say it were a bargain. When I got it home, I noticed there were a little rip in the cuff, so I shall not be giving money to charity again. I did go back in there and shoplift though, just to claw some of the money back. It shouldn't cost me out, should it, you know? My twins, Christian and Julian, that's how they started off with shoplifting, like, before they moved on to the serious stuff. They were a proper little pair of magpies, them two, and they're in the youth offenders now. It's not the same as it used to be though. Remember Borstal fighting off them other rapismists over the last bowl of soup? It's not like that no more. You know, they're lolling round on bunk beds, wearing jogging bottoms, smoking fizzy vaporising energy techno pens. They learned some computers. I don't know what they've learned some computers for. In fact, they learned some computers that well that when they came out on tag, if you don't know what tag is, tag's like an ankle bracelet that they give to ne'er-do-wells on council estates. When they came out on tag, they got into my laptop. Fracking, it's called, apparently. So they got into my laptop and they emptied my bank account. Well, not before they'd ordered a Chinese family from the dark web. They never turned up though, them. I don't know what happened with that. They just must have got lost in post or something. Fell off the back of a lorry. It happens, doesn't it? I don't know what they'd have done if they'd have even turned up, you know, unless they were starting off a nail bar or something. I don't know, and they fracked into me Facebook and they went onto my wall and they announced to everyone that I were coming out as a gay. You know, homosexualist. There's nothing wrong with it, you know, nothing wrong with it, you know. I've played a couple of seasons of rugby, so I suppose I've approached it. Especially after the games. I've washed another man's back and legs, but that's just sports, isn't it? So I logged back into my Facebook and on my wall there's all these memes, they're called, and it's like rainbows and unicorns and people saying, "Go on Terry, live your truth," and my brother Paul saying, "I always suspected this too. This makes a lot of sense." Just rubbish made up by Christian and Julian, so I had to apologise to the LGBTQ community. I had to go back into a closet I wasn't even in to begin with. I had to take it all down. Kept my Grindr profile up though. It's just a very giving community, isn't it? You know, like, nice lads on there from top to bottom. My Christian and Julian, they've been in and out of an institution their whole lives. Like when they were just 6 or 7 year old, just come out the infants prison they had, and we were advised to get them a comfort animal, you know, like a pet, what settles them down. So I got them a gorgeous little border collie called Charlie. Well, we had to take that off them. They'd been interfering with it. It was a female dog. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. They're not perverts, it was a female dog, but still frowned upon, isn't it, in many circles, so I had to go. It's not the kind of comfort they were after. But we got the cat off Maureen, you know, around the corner, Sycamore Avenue. She runs a cat sanctuary from inside her house, and there's like 20 or 30 cats there at any given time, and, well, there was. She had an aneurysm and she tumbled down the stairs, hit her head and she died. No one found her for like 6 days. Well, the cats found her. We were a closed casket at the funeral. You're supposed to be proud of your kids. I'm not proud of mine. You're supposed to bask in the glow of their achievements, but the only thing that Christian and Julian's have ever been able to bask in the glow of was that fire that they set at the orphanage. Allegedly, nothing were ever proved on that one. Yeah. Well, the inquest proved that that place didn't have a functioning smoke alarm, and that someone had left a ping pong table up against the fire exit, so deadly. It's the smell. Whew, the smell coming up put me off eating meat for life, did that. That's a big thing now, isn't it, as well, that whether we should be even eating animals, but, you know, in that debate between vegans and meat eaters, always going to have beef between them. I think I'll leave it there, but I'll just pass this on to you, and I've gleaned this from trying to raise two little feral wazzocks, recidivist twins, and it's a mantra. You can have this. If you can't beat them, stab them. Because they're going to be expecting you to join them, and you'll always have the element of surprise in this thing. Okay, so, thanks very much.
But it's actually now time for the next guest. This is a guy, watched a couple of his things, he's fucking great. It made me laugh so much. I haven't had the chance to do a gig with him yet. I hope that after all this craziness is finished with, we can sort something out, do some gigs together. But yeah, for now though, we'll have to make do like this. So, good to meet ya. Haven't actually met ya. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Short. Tom Short, take it away, you crazy bastard.
Thank you. Three. Joke. Okay, so the other day I saw a sign that said baby changing facilities here, and I thought to myself, I'm already happy with the baby I've got tied up in the van. 5. Anecdote. My name is Tom. I am from Salford. For those of you... hello. For those of you who don't know, Salford's a bit like Manchester's hemorrhoid. There's this saying in Salford, and it's, give me your wallet. There's a saying now in Salford, and it's... an apple a day, what the fuck's an apple? I went to quite a rough school. I went to the first school in the UK to require an on-site police officer at all times, and it wasn't because of me. I'm going to dispel that rumour now. I remember getting predicted G at GCSE English, and I said, I didn't know it went lower than F, and the teacher went, that's how the fucking alphabet worked. When I left, this is true, right, there was a 20% pass rate, which means that 3 out of 4 kids can't do maths. And, like, even now, like, I don't really fit in. I never fit in back then. Like, even now, like, people that I went to school with go, what the fuck do you think you're fucking looking at, you shiny dickhead? To which I normally say to them, I just want to order a Big Mac and chips, please. 18. Awkward silence. Shh. 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 I heard that. Shh. Shh. Ruining it. It's making me go now. It's your own time you're wasting. Ten, make it harder. Thirteen, prank. What's your name? Libby, has anyone ever told you that your breath stinks of shit? Because I'm afraid to say it does. But do I have the solution for you? Libby, has anyone ever told you that your breath stinks of shit? Because do I have the solution for you? It was a prank all along! What a fool you are! Awkward silence. Thank you, Libby. Awkward silence again. Thank you, Libby. It's honestly on 7 again. Give me my chewing gum back. 11. Thank you, and good night.
Yeah, I'm just going to be straight up now. Don't know what it is. I don't know. I haven't got a clue what to say today. I don't know if it's just because I'm high. I'm not even that high. Let me cover everything. I got a feeling I'm going to have to go back and re-record all of this though. Just making a point for videos so I'll remember. Yeah. This wasn't very good. Next. Peace.